William Samoei Ruto has lost the Hustler Nation the way Uhuru Kenyatta lost Gamer Nation. Welcome to the bold analysis. Today, the 10th of July, Raila Amolo Odinga was in Nairobi, and he walked, left the Gazlas and walked to CBD and was welcomed, and actually boarded the matatu. And we have seen a deliberate attempt or a very well crafted strategy by Raila Odinga to inherit the Hustler Nation. And just in the wake of that, Ngunyi shared some terrifying tweet targeting William Ruto, saying, "Dear Ruto, you have lost the Hustler Nation the way Uhuru lost the Gamer Nation. What will you tell them in 2027 election? Stories of maize and fertilizer? Will they believe you? Will you have to kill someone? You will have to kill someone. But remember, you can kill the messenger, but not the message." The thought about you have to kill someone have been coming at a time leaders have been calling for arrest of Raila Odinga. And so who is this person to be killed? That is an analogy. And me, I will explain in details. There are some 4 issues that William Ruto must deal with. If something is to be killed for William Ruto to get re-election, then this is what has to be killed. I'm going to explain those. But I want to say this, that it is very clear that William Ruto is struggling. He's losing the Hustler Nation at a very high speed. The population is no longer interested in those lies. Kindly subscribe to our channel. I want us to look at the 4 things that Ruto must kill. And one person is amongst those 4 issues. And there are 3 things and then one person that maybe must be killed. Before we get into that, let me remind you about this fundraiser. We are actually finishing the last mile. We are finishing this support for Sarah. Yes, the burial is slated on Friday. We are running a fundraiser last mile towards the support. We supported that lady way back last year. But God switch, she was resting on the other side. She passed on 26th of June. The family was a bit overwhelmed. So we are running a bit of the last mile to support them and the welfare of the young boy that is still there. And that's why we are doing the last mile 100 challenge. Thank you very much for those who are responding. Let me tell you, for William Ruto to remain the president or to retain power in 2027, he must kill free and fair elections. He must kill free and fair elections. But on free and fair elections, William Ruto will lose that election. Let me tell you, look at all elections, those ones that are normally done mid-term, especially after the first term. In Africa, or even in Kenya to be specific, Kenyans have never re-elected a president. They elect a president once, and then that president uses the deep state to re-elect himself. Look at 2007. After Kenyans overwhelmingly voted for Mwai Kibaki, in 2007, Mwai Kibaki lost that election. And unknowingly, we went down the memory line. In 2013, I honestly do believe that it could have been tight, but Uhuru got his way. But in 2027, for the first time, a win of a sitting president was thrown out. Why? Raila really had a big stake by then. And that election Raila might have flawed Uhuru Kenyatta. In 2022, it was tight. Look at the difference between Ruto and Raila, 200,000 votes. Ruto got his way. With the current change in tide, even those who are truthful to William Ruto are going to tell him that if an election is done today and only people who voted in the last general election turn out to vote, you can lose that election. So I agree, because Ruto has lost the Hustler Nation, the discussion about fertilizer subsidy and the maize is not there, because those things, they're not going to have that much of a ripple effect. You know, I am seeing MPs and leaders speaking about how there is a bumper harvest, and that bumper harvest then will help in stabilizing the prices of maize. No. Those farmers must scoop profit. So you do not expect that these people are just going to make it easy. And because of this, on free and fair elections, it's there. And that is number one. The second thing that Ruto must do, Ruto must kill IBC. Yes. He will actually make sure that IBC is dysfunctional. Dysfunctional in the sense that it is at his disposal. That is why, when there is political mobilization, I think the Azimio wing should not be overemphasized. They should not just put a lot of emphasis on the political mobilization strategies, but they must revisit the IBC. Otherwise, Ruto will kill that IBC. IBC has always been killed. In 2017, someone died. An election official died. Days to the last general election, people died. IBC was crippled. In even this last 22 general election, IBC died. Someone killed it. You know. And we had around 7 commissioners, and only 2 were calling the shots. All the others were dead, in the sense that they were ineffective. So that is the second bit. And when Ngunyi says kill someone, Mutai number 1 will kill free and fair election. Number 2 will kill that problem. To kill free and fair election, you will go after IBC. Number 3, the justice system can be killed. Yes. In our election management circle, I want to believe that we have narrowed down that decision to 2 entities. That is IBC and the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court is a finality in it. So if you can't kill the IBC, then you will have to kill the court. Kill the court, in the sense that if it goes there, you get your way. Look at how our justice system is very is regaining its strength, or rather it's regaining its position. Just today they have pushed ahead the suspension on the Finance Act, and a bench, the High Court judge ordered a CJ to constitute a bench so that the case can be heard in Supreme Court. And what do you think? What is going to happen is there are some clauses in that finance bill that are going to be squashed by Supreme Court. And there are some that are going to go through. And what is likely to happen is clear, that the justice system, if it will not be against William Ruto, then it has to be killed. I think those are some of the 3 that Mtaani is talking about. The other 2, Raila Odinga's political clout. Someone should not lie to you. Raila is still in the picture. You cannot wish him away. And if you wish him away, you cannot whether the candidate is Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, or Mwangi Waire, or Martha Karua, or anyone, whether the candidate is Raila or someone else, you still need Raila Odinga's. Someone needs to inherit Raila Odinga's political clout, the political constituency. Unless you kill that constituency. And that is why William Ruto has been trying to make inroads in the Azimio parties. 9 MPs from ODM, Jubilee party is at its deathbed. I think Wiper is the only party that has remained intact in terms of these shenanigans. It is a bit, still remains untouched. Ruto is committed to kill Raila's political clout. Because with that, his voting constituency very active, then I can tell you, it is not going to be a walk in the path. Lastly, must kill political competition. How is it? It is actually being killed. Have you heard of this discussion? Have you heard of this discussion about political parties fund? And we have already started arguing that we cannot fund political parties from taxpayers' money. The case is still dragging in court. But as you see, Jubilee Party is conducting the activities, not Jubilee, UDA Party is conducting the activities. Where are they getting the money? So political competition and the political parties, it is being killed. I'm telling you, it is not going to be very easy. He would not, what Ruto needs is just a serious and well-resourced, funded, and strategic competitor. He just needs a strategic competitor. Then with the strategic competitor, if that competitor is not killed, that competition is not killed, then it's not going to be very easy. It will be tough. The discussions about fertilizer subsidy, the maize, those things are not there. They're not what exactly is going to sell because there is no change. And the cost of living has remained a very difficult question to answer. Thank you guys. Let's meet in the next podcast.